Good day everyone. So our lesson for today is root finding bisection method. Okay? So let's start. So dito sa root finding, kung nare-recall nyo, 'di ba? Sa algebra, no? Pag nagro-root finding tayo, minsan nagfa-factor or minsan gumagamit tayo ng quadratic equation. Kumbaga, sisolve natin yung x where yung f of x natin or yung y ay equal sa 0. But this time, sa numerical methods, meron din siyang methods or sa paghanap ng roots or sa root finding. So, dito sa root finding, meron tayong two categories, which is yung bracketing and yung open. No? So, ngayon, sige. So, dito sa bracketing method, meron tayong dalawang methods, which is yung bisection method and yung false position method. But this time, yung topic muna natin is all about bisection method. So, ano ba meron dito sa bisection method? So, bisection method, it is a root finding method that applies to any continuous function for which we want to know two values with opposite signs. The method consists of repeatedly bisecting the interval defined by these values and then selecting the subinterval in which the function changes sign and therefore must contain a root. So, dito, hahanap tayo ng dalawang kumbaga mag-a-assume tayo or mag-i-initial guess tayo ng magba-bracket tayo. Then dapat sinabi diyan yung two values na ma-assume natin or yung makukuha natin ay dapat may sign changing or which is opposite sign. So dito paano siya nagwo-work? So dito step 1 hahanap tayo ng bracket. Since it's bracketing method, hahanap tayo ng dalawang bracket. So dapat dito sa bisection method meron tayong sign changing. Paano? So, for example, ang kinuha kong left dito, x, ito. And yung pangalawa, ito. Hindi sila pwede kasi wala silang sign changing in terms of y. Kasi yung y niya is positive, so positive din dito. Kung dito naman tayo pipili, at ito, so this part na yan, wala rin siyang sign changing kasi parehong negative yung y dyan. Kung andito yung x, no? Pero kung ito ang pipiliin natin, itong part na to, kung ito yung aking XL, at ito yung aking X to the right, so meron siyang sign changing. So, ibig sabihin, dapat isang positive at isang negative dito kay Y or sa f of x. So, yun. So, kailangan opposite sign siya. Tandaan nyo yung f of x of L and f of xr must be opposite sign. Okay, so let's say step 2, nakapili na tayo ng dalawa, no? So ito ay initial guess lang. So hahanapin natin yung midpoint ng dalawa. Paano natin kukunin? So yung XL plus XR divided by 2. So i-average lang natin siya. So makukuha natin, let's say somewhere dito yung X mid, no? Okay, so step 3, ipapart down natin siya where the sign change is the new bracket. So, let's say ito na yung XL natin kanina at ito yung XR na old. So, ito yung X mid natin kanina, di ba? So, bali, ito na yung magiging XR natin. So, ipapart down natin siya basta doon pa rin sa may sign changing. So, bali, ito na yung XR na bago. So, ganun lang hanggang sa makuha natin yung roots. Okay, so let's try to solve this one. Okay, so dito tayo ngayon sa example. So, solve for x using bisection method. So, ang equation natin is e raised to negative x minus x. Okay? So, ngayon, maglagay tayo ng initial guess natin para malaman natin kung may sign changing ba sa f of xl and f of xr or which is sa y natin. Let's say, mag-assume na lang ako ng value or initial guess ko 0 and 1. Kung ang value ng x ko ay 0, the answer should be 1. Positive 1. And kung value ng x ko ay 1, the answer is negative 0.632. Let's say 3 decimal places. Kung mapapansin natin, isang positive which is yung sa f of x of xl and f of xr ay negative, so meron siyang sign changing. So tama yung aking initial guess. So ngayon, solve na natin yung XM or yung midpoint which is yung XL plus XR divided by 2. So 0 plus 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So ano yung f of XM? So substitute natin yung f of XM dito sa ating equation na e raised to negative 0.5 minus 0.5. The answer is positive 0.107. Okay? So ngayon, ang f of xm ko is positive, no? So therefore, ang tatanggalin ko dito is yung x of xl, no? So ito yung aalisin ko para may sign changing pa rin yan sa second iteration natin. So pagdating natin sa second iteration, ang kukunin ko na is yung 0.5 and 1. Para pagdating ng ating f of xl, syempre kapag sinubstitute natin yung 0.5, 0.107, and then negative 0.632 yung para naman sa 1. So, ibig sabihin, may sign changing pa rin tayong naganap. Nakuha ba? So, yan. So, may sign changing pa rin tayo. So, ngayon, kunin naman natin yung midpoint ng 0.5 and 1. The answer is 0.75. And kapag kinuha natin yung value ng 0.75, the answer is negative 0.278. Okay, so negative to. So, ang tatanggalin ko naman is yung negative dito, which is yung nasa f of xr. So, sa-substitute ko ng xm yung xr. So, ito ay 0.5 pa din, magre-remain the same. Pero yung napalitan ko yung xr, yung xm na ipapalit ko doon na 0.75. So, therefore, ang f of xl ay same pa rin naman, since 0.5 pa rin. And sa 0.75 ay negative 0.278. Kung pansin nyo, isang positive at isang negative pa din. So, tama lang yung ginagawa natin. So, ngayon, kunin naman natin xm. So, kunin natin yung, tawag doon, midpoint nung 0.5 and 0.7. Okay? So, 0.5 divided by 2 is 0.625. Okay? So, calculate natin yung x natin, palitan natin ng 6.625. It's negative 0.090. So, negative pa din. Ang papalitan natin is yung negative, which is yung xr. Okay? So, 0.5 and 0.625. Then, substitute lang natin, 0.107 pa din, and negative 0.090. Kunin natin yung midpoint ng dalawa, 0.625 tsaka 0.5 divided by 2, it's 0.56, let's say 563 na lang, kasi 5625. So, calculate natin, 563, it's positive 0.006. So, positive na yan, ang papalitan ko na is yung 0.05. So, 0.563 and 0.625. So, magiging 0.006 and negative 0.090. So, ano yung midpoint ng dalawa? 0.563 plus 0.625 divided by 2, it's 0.59. 594. Calculate natin yung 5.594. The answer is negative 0.042. Okay? So, dito, calculate pa rin natin. So, negative yan. Ang papalitan ko yung negative. So, 0.563 and 0.625. Okay? And then, sorry. Dito to 625 pala. Bakong eraser. So, magiging 0.594 na 0.006 and negative 0.042. So, calculate lang natin yung midpoint ng dalawa. Pag add divided by 2. So, 0.579. So, calculate natin 0.579. The answer is negative 0.019. No? So, isa pa. Kulong yung table. So, so negative yan. So, 0.563. And 0. Tawag doon, 579. Then, copy ko lang 0.006 and negative 0.019. So, kunin natin yung midpoint ng dalawa. 0.579 plus 0.563 divided by 2. 0.571. So, calculate natin. 0.571. Substitute natin sa x. Negative 0.006. Okay. So, kulang na yung table natin. Pero, siguro we should stop na kapag tatlo na yung zero natin dito. No? Okay, siguro ituloy ko pa, no? Dito na lang para mas makita nyo. Okay lang, para, let's say, try natin hanggang 10 iterations. So, para malaman natin kung ano yung magiging answer. So, pagdating natin sa 8 iteration, negative yan. So, 0.0563 pa din. And 0.579. Tapos, ang f of x natin, sorry. It should be 571 pala. So, magiging 0.006 and negative 0.019. So, kunin natin yung midpoint ng dalawa. So, may error ako, sorry. 0.563 po. 0.563, 0.571 divided by 2. Sorry. It's 0.567. So, calculate natin yung 0.567. It's, 0.0002. So, nagtatlo na yung 0 natin. More likely, ang answer na natin dyan is ito. So, final answer natin, x is 0.567. Final answer. Pero kung titignan nyo, kapag ginamitan natin siya ng, let's say, shift solve, ang value ng x natin ay 0.56714. So, hindi na siya nalalayo. So, ganyan lang ginagawa para mahanap natin yung x or yung mag-root finding using bisection method. So, I hope natutunan nyo and good luck. No? So, thank you.